Hodl. Verb. 1. To very tightly hold something, Bitcoin, with no intention of letting it go. 2. To hold on for dear life. Origin. Misspelling of the word hold on a 2013 bitcointalk.org post. Like many great memes, Hodl was immaculately conceived. It was not engineered, brainstormed, or planned in any way. It sprung suddenly into existence on December 18, 2013. In a span of 24 hours, the price of Bitcoin had fallen 39% from above $700 to under $500. Then, at 10:03 UTC, a bitcointalk.org user by the name of GameCube published a post infused with emotion and whiskey entitled, "I am hodling." I typed that title twice because I knew it was wrong the first time. Still wrong. Whatever. BTC crashing. Why am I holding? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm a bad trader and I know I'm a bad trader. You only sell in a bear market if you are a good day trader or an illusioned noob. The people in between hold. In a zero-sum game such as this, traders can only take your money if you sell. Little did GameCube know at the time, but he had just coined a new term and planted the seeds for one of the most powerful Bitcoin memes to date. At 10:14 UTC, only 11 minutes after the original post, user Pyramida posted this graphic. The rest, as they say, is history. In order to fully appreciate the significance of Hodl, it is first necessary to understand the significance of memes. When most people think of memes, they probably think of images with funny captions. While this certainly is a type of meme, memes do not necessarily need to be funny, nor do they need to be images. The Oxford Dictionary defines meme as an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation. While the term meme was only recently coined in 1976 by Richard Dawkins, its roots go back thousands of years. Meme comes from the ancient Greek word mimema, meaning imitated thing, and was designed to resemble the word gene. The late ethnobotanist Terence McKenna spoke abundantly of memes to live audiences during the 1990s. What a gene is to biology, a meme is to ideology. Launch your meme boldly and see if it will replicate, just like genes replicate and infect and move into the organism of society. And believing as I do that society operates on a kind of biological economy, then I believe these memes are the key to societal evolution. Now back to the meme at hand, Hodl. So far, we have discussed the etymology of Hodl, as well as the underappreciated influence that memes have on our culture. When it comes to defining what it means to hodl, a traditional dictionary definition is insufficient. In its most basic sense, to hodl means to hold. But hodl is more than just a simple misspelling of hold. In the 7 years since it was born, hodl has accrued deep meaning within the Bitcoin community. Being a Bitcoin holder and a Bitcoin hodler are not the same thing. All hodlers are holders, but not all holders are hodlers. There are very distinct qualities that distinguish the hodler from the mere holder. The hodler has laser-like focus, low time preference, and most of all, conviction. To hodl is to have a clear mind. The trader spends his time trying to find the next Bitcoin, while the hodler focuses on what his true mission in life is. It might be building the next-gen Bitcoin application such as Strike by Jack Mallers. It might be paving the way for institutional adoption of Bitcoin like Michael Saylor. The mission of a hodler may be educating the world on the principles of sound money, like Saifuddin Ammous. It might be memeing hyper-Bitcoinization into existence like the countless plebs on Bitcoin Twitter. Or it might be just casually stacking sats and focusing on a goal completely unrelated to Bitcoin. The common thread between the plebs and the gigachads is focus. They do not spend their time worrying about China banning Bitcoin for the 17th time, or whether or not an irrelevant stablecoin is fully backed by dollars. They focus their time on what is important, transitioning the world to a Bitcoin standard. To hodl is to have a low time preference. Brought to light in the Bitcoin world by Saifedean in his must-read book, The Bitcoin Standard. Low time preference is all about delaying gratification. Time is mankind's scarcest resource. Therefore, the present is, by default, valued more than the future, as the future may never come. However, when humans lower their time preference, value the future more than the present, amazing things begin to happen. Technology, infrastructure, and businesses can only be built by lowering one's time preference. Modern civilization is a product of our ancestors' choice to delay current consumption for a brighter future. The act of hodling is the ultimate display of low time preference. For most people, the urge to spend newfound wealth is too great. Lambos, vacations, and diamond-laced watches are the norm. But the hodler makes the conscious decision to ignore the noise, to delay their gratification, and to resist showing off their wealth to the world. The hodler is not concerned with getting rich quick. The hodler is focused on becoming wealthy slow. The hodler understands the magnitude of 21 million. The hodler does not care about Digibyte pumping 30% over the past 12 hours, or about the prospects of putting bananas on the blockchain. The hodler is focused on making the future as bright and orange as possible. Above all, to hodl is to have conviction. Conviction not necessarily in Bitcoin, but in oneself. The hodler's ears have grown numb from hearing things like, Bitcoin is a bubble, you should diversify, Bitcoin will be banned, you should take profits, Bitcoin has no intrinsic value, and so on and so forth. Without a solid foundation of confidence in one's skills of discernment and judgment, the temptation to give in and sell may prove too strong. To hodl is not to have a closed mind, quite the contrary. The hodler welcomes FUD. The emergence of new FUD provides an opportunity to strengthen their conviction, and it also usually means cheaper coins, something the hodler welcomes with open arms. The hodler is not born, but made. Strong hands are usually not the fruit of good genetics, but of bad decisions. The reason most hodlers choose not to part with their Bitcoin is because they've made that unfortunate error in the past and have vowed not to repeat it. The sacrifice of Greg Schoen is always fresh in the mind of a hodler. In the beginning, hodling requires discipline, but over time, the foundation hardens, the roots anchor, and the hands strengthen. The longer one hodls, the easier the hodling becomes. To those who have endured an 85% drawdown and lived to tell the tale, hodling becomes second nature. The question most asked of hodlers is this: surely you can't hold Bitcoin forever. What price will you finally sell at? To this question, the hodler need not mutter a word. Like many questions in life, the memes hold the answers.